Okay, we're going to go over the Exchange Admin Center here for Exchange 2016, and what we're going to show you is the litigation on hold setting and how that affects your user in ISIM when you're trying to delete the user. So first of all, we're using the Exchange 2016 environment. This is an on-premise solution here on a simple VM. So what I want to show you here is the user. So we'll look at this user, Rita Wills. When I look at that user and display the attributes associated to the user, it will show me the litigation on hold setting for the user and enabled or disabled. It'll also show me some details that was set for that by me through the Exchange Management Console. This is all in Exchange. So in order to see that, you click on the mailbox feature, scroll down, and we look for the litigation on hold. As you can see, it is enabled. By default, it is disabled. When we view the details of that, I added a message here simply stating the duration of the litigation on hold, which is 120 days, and I added a note. Okay, so from the ISIM perspective, this is not anything you're going to see in ISIM on the user's account post-reconciliation. This is a complete litigation on hold setting inside of Exchange, and you don't see this through ISIM. We validate that the user is set to litigation on hold the same way through the Exchange PowerShell, and when we run that, we can go ahead and see that this command will execute and show me that I only have one user, which is Rita Wills, which is set for litigation on hold, and that user is now basically protected because the meaning of litigation on hold means that basically that user's mailbox cannot be deleted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into ISIM and I'm going to try to manage that user, and I'm going to try to delete it. So ISIM 7, virtual appliance, I'm going to look for my user. My user is, of course, Rita Wills. Look at the account. Go to the account page and see my Active Directory one. I'm going to delete this account and I'm going to submit it immediately. So once I've done that, I go back and I look at my audit log. I'm going to look for all of the events that just happened. As we can see, the delete account failed. When I look at the details of the delete account, it'll say account is under litigation on hold and cannot be deleted. This is the expected result for the deletion of an account that's litigation on hold. Likewise, let's go back there and remove the litigation on hold and then try to delete the account, and then let's see what happens. So we'll now go back to the Exchange environment, which is on my VA here, and what I'll do is in here we'll edit the user, the recipient, double click the user, we're going to go to the mailbox feature. We'll see the value down here for litigation on hold. We will disable litigation on hold. Ask you to confirm that. We will save this. Once that's saved, we'll go back into Tim and do that. It says it can take up to 60 minutes to happen. This is all on my local environment on premise, so it happens pretty quick. So now let's just go back into ISIM and try that delete again. So we'll go back and close this, tabs, and we're going to refresh, and we will select delete the R Wills account, and we will delete that. Go back and look at our request. It successfully deleted it. We'll go back now onto the Exchange side, and we're going to look at the mailbox and see if it's actually gone or not. We refresh this, and you can see it is now gone. So just showing you how litigation on hold works. It is not the same as retention on hold. Retention on hold altogether is different. It's an interesting concept, but basically the placing a mailbox retention on hold suspends the process of a retention policy, which is something completely outside of litigation on hold. And it basically suspends the process of the policy that manages the mailbox policy for that end user. So retention on hold is basically designed for situations for like users being on vacation or away temporarily, completely different than litigation on hold. It just means that during retention on hold, a user can log into their mailbox, they can change or delete items when you have that enabled for retention on hold. So completely different piece. Don't see that many people would use it, but again, it's an option for the ISIM environment when you do have it set. Just note that there are a couple of options that you will, in order to view right away, you'll see these details. Basically, um, when it's set for like the expire flags, you'll notice the attributes when you're looking at them on a browser for LDAP when you're connected. You can see some of these attribute flags that are set. The ones that we're using specifically, when you manage them through ISIM, you can just do a diff of the user before and after, then set it through SIM and then find the differences. But the attributes for the retention policy, enabled or disabled, 2 or 3, and then it allows you to set the date, which is another attribute, which is the expire suspension start and expire suspension end if you set it, and these are the dates attributes that you'll find when they're set. All right, that's how it works.